methodical, Dakota avoided theatrics, focusing instead on dismantling opponents with precision and strategy.
The world is mine. I don't know. We'll have to sit together with PFL and see what we can come up with. But I just beat the best girl that's out there out of any other division. So outside of any other division. So.
Plenty of more rounds. So yeah, going into the second, third round, that's definitely an advantage for me.
Some fighters want to win. Some fight for money or fame. But Dakota Ditcheva fights for respect. Call her names, question her skills, or try to embarrass her, and she'll turn the cage into your personal nightmare. She's beautiful, talented, and deadly. A smiling assassin with dynamite in her hands and thunder in her knees. When one rival called her fake, a poster girl, and another called her a cheater, they all learned the same painful lesson. Dakota Ditcheva isn't hype. She's violence wrapped in discipline. This is her story.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited. It's very far, but I suppose I went to Saudi Arabia last time, so it's nothing I'm not used to. But yeah, I'm excited to get back out there, and it's going to be a really...
Before she became a global star, Dakota Ditcheva was already a name whispered in the world of MMA. A fighter with movie star looks and knockout power. She came from Manchester, England, raised in a fighting family. Her mother, Lisa Howarth, was a kickboxing world champion, and Dakota grew up surrounded by combat. By the time she turned professional, she was already a Muay Thai champion and a dangerous striker with precision and confidence beyond her years. But success brings criticism. As Dakota began crushing her opponents, finishing 13 of her first 15 fights, her rivals started talking. She's the poster girl, they said. She's undefeated, but not unbeatable. One fighter even mocked her for being the golden child of the PFL, claiming Dakota's fame came from marketing, not skill. But words are easy. Fighting Dakota Ditcheva is not.
I am so excited. These guys have missed me for sure. They've been very vocal on social media, so I'm excited to finally get back in the cage and do what I do best.
Dakota's most recent test came against Sumiko Inaba, the proud Japanese brawler known as the Lady Samurai. Inaba was fearless, with 8 wins and only 1 close loss. She fought like chaos in human form, charging forward with no fear, no hesitation, and no reverse gear. She didn't just submit her opponents, she knocked them out.
The females, so having my mum been through everything that I've kind of already been through and have that experience has been probably the main thing that's got me to where I am.
Before the fight, she was full of confidence. "She's going to be surprised when I hit her," Inaba said. "I don't think she's ever been hit hard before." Then she went even further, accusing Dakota of cheating. "She's knocking girls out too easily," she said. "Has anyone checked her hand wraps? I'll get justice for the girls she cheated." Those words hit a nerve. Dakota smiled at the weigh-in but refused to touch gloves before the fight. This wasn't business anymore. It was personal. The bell rang. Inaba charged forward immediately, throwing wild punches and pushing Dakota against the fence. But Dakota stayed calm. She slipped a punch and fired a counter right hand that cracked through the air like thunder. The crowd gasped. Inaba had just felt real power.
Yeah, expect another stoppage. You know me, I go right from the first bell, so I'm going to be going full guns blazing and ready to go to the finals.
Dakota's footwork was sharp, her timing perfect. Every time Inaba came forward, she ate a jab, a knee, or a hook. Inaba tried to turn it into a brawl, but Dakota turned it into a clinic. She controlled the distance, punished her opponent with body shots, and then opened up with knees that landed with deadly precision. Inaba tried to clinch, but Dakota reversed her, showing off her Muay Thai dominance. When the referee separated them, Dakota unleashed a lightning-fast combination. Right hand, left hook, right knee. Inaba's head snapped back. The crowd could feel it. The tide had turned. Dakota was in control. By round 2, Inaba's face was swollen and her breathing was heavy. But she was tough, a true warrior who refused to quit. She kept coming forward, taking shots no human should take, but every step she took came with pain. Dakota started to enjoy herself. She was flowing, smiling, switching stances, landing at will. Her jab was snapping Inaba's head back, and her knees were punishing the body. Then with one perfect combination, a right hand followed by a knee to the skull, Inaba stumbled backward, dazed and hurt. The referee watched closely as Dakota continued the assault. Punches, elbows, knees, all landing clean. Inaba's toughness kept her upright, but her eyes were glassy. Even the commentators couldn't believe what they were seeing. "What does Dakota have to hit her with to make her go away?" one said. "A kitchen sink?" But Dakota didn't need a sink. She had skill, patience, and cruelty. Then came round 3, and something changed. In the middle of a clinch, Dakota felt a sharp pain in her left arm. She knew immediately. Something was wrong. She looked at her corner and signaled, "Broken arm," but she didn't stop. She switched to her right hand, kept the pressure, and fought through the pain like nothing had happened. She began landing right hooks and knees, each one echoing through the cage. Her face stayed calm. No panic, no weakness. Inaba kept trying to push forward, but she was completely outclassed. By the end, she was bruised, swollen, and exhausted. Dakota danced around her, taunting slightly, celebrating early. She had already proven her point. When the final bell rang, the decision was obvious. 30-27, 30-27, 30-24. A dominant, unanimous win for dangerous Dakota Ditcheva. But while her opponent's face was battered, Dakota's arm was broken. In the post-fight interview, she smiled through the pain. "I think I've injured my left arm," she said softly. "But I'm just gutted because I've been out so long, and now I'm injured again. Still, I hope you guys enjoyed it." It was a reminder. Even monsters can bleed. Next came Cornelia Holm, a Swedish fighter known for her grappling and brutal submissions. She was confident, maybe too confident. "My fighting experience is huge," Holm bragged before the fight. "I have more rounds than her. The longer it goes, the better it is for me." The tension was clear from the face-off. No smiles, just icy stares. When the bell rang, Dakota tested her range with sharp jabs and kicks. But Holm immediately shot for a takedown, eager to drag Dakota into deep water. Dakota stuffed it perfectly, showing how much her wrestling had improved. Then she punished Holm for trying, driving knees into her ribs again and again. Holm grabbed on desperately, trying to survive, but Dakota wouldn't let her breathe. Round 1 ended with Holm clinging to Dakota's leg, barely staying conscious. In round 2, Dakota turned up the heat. She threw a vicious right hand that made Holm's legs wobble like jelly. The crowd roared as Dakota moved in for the finish. Knees, punches, and brutal combinations that left Holm dazed. She almost locked in a rear naked choke, but instead she let Holm up, wanting to end it standing. By round 3, Holm was barely holding on. Then came a perfect 1-2 jab, cross, followed by a head kick that ended everything. Holm collapsed motionless. Another knockout, another statement. By now, Dakota had the world's attention. She was undefeated, violent, and dominant. But there was one question left. Could she beat UFC-level competition? The PFL had the answer. They matched her with Taila Santos, a Brazilian beast who once pushed Valentina Shevchenko to the brink for the UFC title. Santos was strong, technical, and experienced. She crossed over to the PFL to win the $1 million prize and to test herself against the rising British star. Before the fight, Santos tried to play mind games. She mocked Dakota online, saying, "I'm more complete. She's not ready for me." At the weigh-ins, she put on lipstick, mocking Dakota's Barbie image. But Dakota just smiled, because she knew looks don't win fights. The arena lights dimmed. The crowd roared. Dakota walked out dancing, relaxed, confident, and ready. Across from her, Santos looked tense. The fight began, and immediately Dakota went to work. Using her reach and speed, she landed front kicks, jabs, and fast combinations that snapped Santos' head back. Santos tried to take her down, but Dakota reversed her easily. Then out of nowhere, Dakota unleashed a front kick to the face that landed clean. The crowd erupted. From that moment, it was a one-sided beating. Every attempt Santos made was met with counterstrikes, crisp punches, body shots, and knees. Dakota walked her down step by step until she trapped her against the cage. Then she exploded. Hooks, elbows, knees. Santos tried to cover up, but the referee saw enough. It was over. Dakota Ditcheva, the poster girl, had just dismantled a former UFC title challenger. She became Britain's first female MMA world champion, winning the $1 million prize and silencing every critic. And in poetic fashion, she grabbed the lipstick that Santos had mocked her with and applied it in the middle of the cage. The crowd went wild. That wasn't arrogance, it was a message. Call me Barbie one more time. The world finally understood. Dakota Ditcheva wasn't just hype, she was evolution, beauty and brutality in perfect balance. In just 1 year, she had beaten veterans, broken bones, and won hearts. Her striking was world-class. Her grappling had caught up. Her confidence was unshakable. And through it all, she stayed humble, thanking her family, her coaches, and her fans. In her corner that night was her mother, Lisa Howarth, the woman who taught her everything about fighting and discipline. When Dakota embraced her after the victory, you could see the emotion. The story had come full circle. A mother's dream fulfilled by her daughter. Dakota Ditcheva's rise is more than a highlight reel. It's a warning to every opponent who doubts her, to every rival who talks trash, to every critic who calls her a poster girl. She's not here to look pretty, she's here to take heads. When the cage door closes, she turns into something else. Fast, ruthless, unstoppable. Her fights aren't just wins, they're statements. You can call her whatever you want, but when that bell rings, there's only one name you'll remember: Dakota Dangerous Ditcheva.